Hi, everybody. Hey, Sonia. Nice to see you here. How you doing? Today is May 9th, um, 2025, and it's so beautiful where I am. Spring is just amazing after such a kind of cold and long winter here in Southeast Michigan. And it is just, oh my goodness, just amazing. So beautiful. And well, knock on wood, but we sometimes we get a killer frost even like late in the game, but it hasn't uh, happened, at least not yet. Went down to 35 yesterday, but it was like up in the at night, but it was up in the like 60s, and uh, it's just amazing here. It feels so bounteous this year, really beautiful. Hey, Jackie, it offsets all this other stuff that's happening on the news and whatever, because it connects you so much with that cardinal energy of spring and this kind of the divinity of nature. It's so beautiful. Hey, Mimi, good afternoon. So I'm here on Friday instead of Thursday, but I'm really glad I could make it this afternoon for a live. And how exciting today! I want to talk about the new Pope, uh, Robert Prevost. So excited. I was so worried. Uh, hey, Juanita. Hey, nice to see you. Hey, Brenda. Um, I was so nervous when I knew, you know, they were in the process of picking the new pope, and I was in my car. I probably shouldn't use my pendulum and drive, but I always do. I try. I keep my attention on the road, but it's not like texting and driving using your pendulum while driving. And I asked them. I said, "Well, what's the new pope gonna be like?" Oh, I remember why I was worried because I just heard a snippet of like right wing groups are pouring money into Rome for the Pope, and I'm like, oh my God, what does that mean? And they said he's going to be very liberal. He's going to be progressive even more than Francis. It's going to be good. And I kind of argued with my guides because I thought, well, maybe I'm just thinking that. And lo and behold, that's actually what happened. So thank you, guides. And it's not that I doubt my guides. I doubt myself, if I really want something. Hey, artistic world. Oh, from Ireland. Um, hey, Stephanie. Hey, Deborah. Oh, I am having a wonderful day, Deborah. Thank you. It's just magnificently beautiful, as I was saying, or when I just started this live stream, and tulips, and I planted a bunch of tulips actually out my front bed, and uh, it's addictive at this time of year to want to buy hanging plants and uh, annuals, and I don't really have that many places for perennials. Well, I have kind of a large backyard. I have a tiny house, but a large backyard. Um, and I don't know. I don't know if I can control myself. Uh, but I, but I'm gonna plant stuff. I just don't know how much. Oh, it says beautiful in Ireland, huh? It feels like summer. Wow. Um, so I feel so energized and relieved that they elected a pope going in the footsteps of uh, Pope Francis because it's so important. And the words that Pope Leo, which he's calling himself, because every pope gets to choose their name, so Leo the 14th, that he's gonna take us in a better direction. He has a lot of power and a lot of influence, and that he spoke right from the gate. He spoke out against Trump and Vance, obviously, because he uh, spoke about uh, the importance of loving everybody and welcoming immigrants, and it's a fabulous speech. Oh, rain and more rain here in New Hampshire mountains. Mimi, oh, we got a bunch of rain a couple days ago, and it was just raining like all week. This is like really nice to see the sun shining again. But that's spring, spring flowers or spring rains bring new flowers. basically. So, what do you think about the Pope, the new Pope? I'm not, and I have to disclaim, I'm not a Catholic. I wasn't raised as a Catholic, so I just honor that is an important position, and we need influential leaders who are taking the world in another direction. Um, and you can tell that Pope Leo does not like JD Vance or Trump at all. So I'm going to share this link, but because they're bugging me about it, StreamYard. But don't worry, you don't have to worry about it. It's just going to be there. Um, I'm not good at this commercial stuff. Um, oh yeah, and you can give me a super chance if you want, but that's up to you. People just ask me if to give them an opportunity. But as I said, I'm not a good in the commercial world. There, I have lots to learn, I guess. Um, yes, he is a welcome addition, and he's from America. He's actually. I was reading about him. I have an article that I have up on my phone. Um, says born in Chicago, right? And but he went to high school in Michigan, Holland, Michigan, uh, the St. Augustine Seminary High School. So that surprised me. And he spent a lot of time in Peru. He's a naturalized Peruvian citizen. I think he has French and Spanish ancestry. He speaks. I'll double check on that. And he's fluent in Italian and Spanish, and of course English. Um, and just you can feel the good energy, and I bet the Trump administration is pissed off, and the Opus Dei uh, people, in his realm, including Alito and Thomas. Oh, it's fantastic! So that just really made me happy today. Hey, Tris, and he said something about. Let's see if I've got his speech. That dark would not win over light, and that's exactly well, my guys have been telling me that the light will win and darkness will not, and I love that he said that in his speech. Didn't Oh, really? Maybe you think maybe he's a reincarnation? Um, could be. Yeah, yeah. I'm going to put your other comment here. Someone in power speaking truth to power. We really need that right now, considering what's going on with us. But here, I'll pull up the Vatican news. They have a cookie policy. I'll agree to it. So he's 69 years old. He's September 14th, 1955. I believe that's his birth date. And what else can I see? And I know that he was in he was close to Francis, and I'm sure Francis specifically chose him, and that was his choice to replace him. So see, he's multicultural, speaks many languages. He's liberal, and yeah. Hey, Kay, I'm sure the right wing is so freaked out. And JD Vance, what a little poncy guy. I mean, I don't even know what poncy means, but he looks like a little kid almost. The way he stands, and he's got that mustache. It looks like a teenager's growing it, and he's got the eyeliner, and he doesn't get the memo. I guess he's so criticized in China. Like he really went after him on TikTok and made fun of him for his eyeliner and his smoky eye. But he's it seems like he's got even more of that. Did I say hi to you, Kay? Hello. Kathy, oh, hey, Kathy. Will Kamala make a big announcement at the end of May 25? Will Tim Walz be with her in the government in this year? Well, I do get that. I ask that all the time. My guides say that will happen this year. but the skeptic in me is like, yeah, right. But no matter how much I argue with them, my guides tell me that's what's going to happen. And oh, they had a message for you because I did ask what to tell everybody, what they wanted me to tell you, and they said the guide said it's going to be really quick, like pen transition when that happens, and when they say when uh, the coup mongers uh, well, get removed from government, it's going to happen really fast. Um, and I can see it's interesting. And we were talking about this last time about how contrary Trump is and how he's a triangulator. This is a classic malignant narcissist. And interestingly enough, instead of what can happen in a family or something, that they're so manipulative that the empath or the one who's not the malignant narcissist is they're very like they're very good at getting everybody to go against like the scapegoat, and the scapegoat is just ousted from the family. But now it's on a larger like scale. It's the opposite. It's like the world has come together and chosen democracy and chosen to oppose Trump because Trump is so obnoxious and so disrespectful and so odious that you get you know, Canada, a few months ago, everybody thought there was a possibility it could be right wing. The new prime minister could be right wing, but it's a Pierre. I don't remember his name. I guess I can look it up. Perdo or something like that. And ah, no, here comes Carney. And then earlier Germany, there was a scare that that could go conservative or really right wing, but Musk goes over there. And represents Trump really, and Australia the guides told me Albanese would win, or told us Albanese would win, and he did, because people do not want a new Trump in their country. It's so horrible here, and they're watching. So it's an interesting juxtaposition. Number one, and two, it's actually bringing the world to like a higher place. I mean, we're the ones who are suffering here in the U.S. But in the end, it may be the very reason why the military, who go against their usual kind of trying maybe their role or their mindset, because he's pushing it. The Trump administration is pushing it, and um, Hegseth, sorry, saying that he's going to trim down the military by 25%, get rid of the generals, 25% of the generals, and uh, all this BS. And he's going around talking about being anti woke and all this horrific stuff. And the army is over it. The whole of our military. And I feel like this administration is just causing their own downfall by consolidating the military against them, and the military, who are sworn to defend our Constitution, removing them, because that's that's what they're that it's so obvious. It's got to be obvious to them that Hexat, and entertainment purposes only. I'm just a psychic. What do I know? Um, uh, are working for Russia. There's a direct line to Russia. Hexet has a Russian email. I'm sure many of them do. They can't not know this. This is what's going on. That the dirty line that Hexet bought in there uh, is it was intentional. It's all intentional. It's not stupidity, although Hexet is pretty stupid, I think. These Fox people. Oh yeah, and they're bringing in uh, Piro, Is that her name? You know, her. uh, that horrible woman from Fox, Janine Pirro, to be the head federal prosecutor in D.C. That's going to piss off a lot of people too, because she's a Fox personality. She's not qualified to be in that role, and she has always been there in the shadows behind as far as I've observed, behind the insurrection. Um, and you know um, the whole intent, you know, of the government, or the Trump administration to overthrow the democracy. She's just always there, like standing somewhere in the shadows of the White House, behind uh, Trump. So I'm not saying. Am I missing some comments here? Hope I'm getting them. So they'll turn up, I'm sure. So anyway, that's what I've been observing. Yeah, it really is, Mimi. It is nauseating to see the administration gush over him like we're North Korea. Might as well be in that government. Oh, did anybody see the meme of Lindsey Graham that he posted about Trump being the new pope? There's karma for that. I'm sure that didn't help the right wing in terms of the Vatican making the choice they made. I'm sure they saw that, you know. Okay, we're, we're definitely not going to nominate a Trump person. No, 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 no. It's not going to happen. So crazy. So, you guys, what are your questions that you have for me today, or ones that I haven't answered? I have an oracle card that I can read for us. Trying to think of other things to talk about. There's so much I know. And the energy has been really intense. And hey, Ethne, has been really. Have you been feeling that, you guys? Just been really dense, really evil, I think, out there. Just, it feels better now, actually, but for a while, it was feeling really bad to me. Hey, Hazel, thank you. I guess you know, it's bound to be. I don't believe I know what I was going to say is I don't believe it's there forever. But my guides say to me about the density of the energy is it's like as we're this is a spiritual explanation as we're moving into further into Aquarius and Pluto moves further into Aquarius. Um, and oh, I did talk about this last time. Is that the energies are splitting, like the dimensions are splitting, and so for that to happen, or what's causing that to happen, is that the evil energy is getting heavier and more palpable, but the vibration of the light is getting faster and higher. So you have this incredible like polarity or dissonance, actually, I should say, like bipolar, you know, in the world right now. You have extremely evil uh, yucky energy, but then you look at the new pope and you know NATO supporting Zelensky and all of that. This is some beautiful, beautiful stuff is also going on. So this is the split. And is anybody else feeling that? Mimi, what are you asking me here? Are individuals acting like ICE, disappearing people? They're trying. And yeah, they are disappearing people. I asked my guides. They certainly are. Yep. And that's what we're fighting against. And it's interesting that also all this stuff like I would say backfiring or causing the opposite intent. Like everything, I said that of Putin last time, but also Trump, everything they're intending is backfiring on them. So they're trying to disappear these people, but because of the outrage and the advocacy of even the Supreme Court for the for due process, these people become personality, like they become famous instead of not knowing who Garcia is. We all know who Garcia is, and all these names are going to become known as opposed. So when you're disappearing people, you're supposed to not even know they're gone, like they're just gone, and you don't even know who they are, and they disappear. Their identities disappears, but the opposite is happening. That's what I'm perceiving. So these people are going to become heroes. They're going to be returned, I believe. Now I have been uh, hearing, was it Bondi who was facing Congress? I don't know whether it was Congress or the Senate, and she was grilled about like what her belief was. Uh, I don't think it was Nome. I think it might have been Bondi regarding like why aren't they following the orders of the Supreme Court to bring these people home? And she's like, well, that's not, they're really good at kind of skirting the issue. That's not really my responsibility. And, these are bad guys and they're the worst of the worst. And completely, circumnavigating the question, which is due process. You don't know if they're the worst of the worst because they haven't had their day in court to know it. And nobody wanted to take responsibility all the way up to Trump and that terrible interview. Did anybody see that interview? Um, which uh, I always forget what that's called. The weekend, it's on the weekend. The woman was interviewing Trump and asking him if, and then there was another interview also about did he with a man, did he believe in the Constitution? Did he believe in protecting the Constitution? He's like, well, you have to ask my lawyers about that. I don't know. What president would say that? He swore a bloody oath. I mean, he swore an oath to protect the Constitution, to hold the Constitution, to defend the Constitution. Is that why he didn't touch the Bible? Did he think, oh, if I don't touch the Bible, then I don't really have to follow it? That's his job. And yet he sat there like he was in court for tax fraud. You have to speak to my accountant about that. I'm playing dumb. That was so egregious. It's one of the most egregious things I think I've ever seen. Um, Regarding a politician like the president in office. It's unbelievable. And yet, like a lot of us believe, allegedly, entertainment purposes only, that he stole the election. He doesn't feel he's won the election. He doesn't even feel like he thinks it's a coup. And though, we won't have any more elections. And he didn't really swear on the Bible, so it doesn't really count. I think that's in his head. He doesn't realize that it's not the Bible that's magically making it happen. It's his oath. That's a really good question. I'll ask the guides. They're helping us. I mean, they have to move away from depending on us right now because obviously with the stupid tariffs, but they're trying to help us out. They haven't abandoned us. And I think they very well know, Five Eyes, whatever, they know that the election was stolen. They do. So I believe they're trying to help us. They're not trying to help Trump, but Trump is not us. Trump is not the American people. Kathy, did I put your comment there? We need to heal when 45's booted. It has been energy draining and depressing ordeal. This is a test of the strength of the soul of our nation. 100% agree, Kathy. It truly is. So this is when I go back to reminding myself that I chose to be born at this time in this incarnation to help, and that it is a spiritual battle. This is my living, and I'm here to help fight it. We're all here, and it's important to be here. We didn't incarnate I guess, to have an easy time of it. We incarnated to work, like Kamala Harris says, to do hard work, but good hard work. And she's the perfect spokesperson for us. And that's what we're here for. And it is difficult and it's scary, but we're learning about our own strength, our own ability to rise to the occasion. And the only way you do that is when you're forced to do it, right? You kind of you have to do it for your own sanity. I wish it wasn't so, but I think that's how it is for all of us. And God knows, I mean, we've been through the fire, and Biden said we'd be forged through the fire, right? In his last speech to us before he left office. He said everything that was going to happen. Do you remember? And yeah, we're certainly in that process right now. It's crazy, but I believe that's how it is. Oh, Mimi, do tell. I didn't hear that. How are Netanyahu and Rubs at odds? They're both cut from the same cloth. And I believe that India and Pakistan are fighting because Trump's in office. If Biden had been in office, if we were still at the time when Biden was in office, of course they weren't, fighting. Although I'm sure they've always, been kind of like poking at each other. If Kamala Harris was in office, I don't believe they would be fighting. But of course, JD Vance left like a week or two before they started fighting each other because for the peace president, he he's certainly a warmonger, even though he's a draft dodger. Yeah, yeah. Well, it's important that we get help because we're part of the balance of the world. They need to be thinking about us and how best to help. Uh, you know, uh, Help the United States as a democracy. I'm sure they don't want this coup either. Of course they don't. Maybe that's interesting. I don't know what the hell, Trump, his policy is whatever, I'm sure either Russia or China or Saudi Arabia, tell him it's going to be. Because he doesn't, he's so, I don't think he cares at all. He just wants to sell his um, crypto and grift and play golf. Uh, did you see the new meme going around, like Donnie Two Dials, his new nickname, Donnie Two Dials? He's dangerously following Marie Antoinette's footsteps, although she never really said "let them eat cakes," or so I read. But I mean, it's whatever people accused Marie Antoinette of. I would say Trump's pretty obviously of that ilk. Let them only have two Barbie dolls. Uh, what a likable man. So, Tilin, you're asking here, will Ukraine war end before 45 is removed from office in spite of 45? I believe, well, let me say up front, I believe Ukraine will be victorious. And I believe that Russia is more of the, again, the backfire, the kind of like, the more Russia attacks Ukraine, the worse it gets for Russia until Putin will be removed or Putin, one way or the other, however that happens. In terms of timing, I'm not good at timing. I remember doing a reading on this when the invasion, Russia invade. It was in October, right? 3 or 4 years ago, Russia invading. How many years ago was it when Russia invaded Ukraine? Um, and I thought it was the reading. Actually, the reading did come true because it showed Russia losing. It showed the world gathering together to protect Ukraine. But I thought it was going to be over by like Christmas or something. I mean, but that's just me being eager for things not to last. But and it certainly that was not true. So with timing. Um, I can ask my guys, but whether or not I'm going to get a correct hit on that, um, as even though I'm really working hard on being better at timing, which I talked about last time, I think my last live. That's my disclaimer. That doesn't mean I'm not going to ask, though. I think every time I ask, it's another opportunity to get it right or wrong, I guess. Um, the guides are saying right now, okay, I can like rescript that, right? I can say, and I think this is probably a more realistic way to say the energy, what the energies look like right now, instead of giving you a definitive answer of time. Um, they say it's not necessarily that the war will end before 45 is removed, because that's going to take a little bit longer. Even if Putin is removed from office, um, it's going to be the withdrawal of Russia. And it's just such a mess. It's not like the war would end immediately, but it would end pretty soon after. Um, so it all has to do with Putin being ousted. And he will be ousted. That's what my guys say, 100%. And it will not be long. Um, and that will be a happy, happy day for the world, for him to be out of power. And who comes into power? Because I know this always comes up, that he's like, that Putin's just this uh, puppet, and there's really people behind him who are making the decisions. But I don't see it. I don't believe it. That's just me saying that. What I hear from my guys and what I see so clearly, that Putin has window sided, ended, gotten rid of, jailed anybody who might be more powerful than him. He doesn't allow it. Putin is also another malignant narcissist, sociopath, psychopath, whatever. He has to be in power. He is over everybody else. So when he goes, there really won't be even the old guard to speak of who are able to take his place. It's just over, because who else? But Putin. Once Putin goes, he doesn't want anybody to take his place, and he doesn't really care what happens after. He's a little bit crazy, a little bit irrational, a little bit insane. I mean, look at his policies. Things have not worked out for him, and he keeps on. Isn't that the definition of insanity? When you keep on doing the same thing, getting the same result, and it's back. It doesn't. It's a negative consequence each time, but you keep on doing it. That's Putin. No matter what he does, it gets worse and worse. In fact, there was a military parade, right, on May 9th, and the Russians and the Ukrainians were able to send in drones and do some destruction on that day. And apparently, it must have been, well, it must have been pretty weak, because you know he doesn't have many weapons to speak of, or many soldiers left standing. Probably had to rent some stuff from Korea or North Korea or something, to pretend that that was part of their arsenal, because he really didn't have much left. Um, so I hope that was an okay answer, uh, Thielen. But I don't think it's going to be that. I think the war. Okay, this is what I didn't ask directly. When will the war be over? They're saying 4 months, and I believe 45 will be out. So they're saying a couple months after 45 is out, or felon 45. Would love to see the victory before 45 leaves, in a way he cannot take credit after his treatment of Zelensky. I think he doesn't have long for this world anyway. Um, yeah, not to worry. Um, so Rumfield's BB is manipulating him about Syria. I'll have to research that because I really don't know. Um, any other questions here? I can always ask. Let's see. What do they want to go over? Oh, they want to talk about Felonia, as some people call him. Leon. Um, I think Felonia is a pretty good name for him. So, what do you want to tell me about Felonia? Um, Felonia, not doing very well. He's having like a emotional, like he's really, oh, they're showing him as very dissociated. Dissociation is when you're not quite in your body. Um, I'm going to ask, is this because of the ketamine? It's not just ketamine. It's where he's really, really like something about being freaked out. I think because of Tesla, of everything falling apart, and it's much more serious than we we know regarding what's really going on with Tesla, because Tesla was where everything, like his liquid assets, everything came from Tesla. All his loans were taken out against Tesla, and um, right now I know that what's kind of been floating around is this article that came out about SpaceLink, about like the tariffs. Like one of the reasons of the tariffs is because attached to conditions for each country is like they're trying to strong arm people, those countries, into signing contracts to make SpaceX their internet provider, and little conflict of interest there. Oh, thank you, Tulin. And I've got, yeah, I'll go back to your question in a second. Um, so that's stressing him out. Oh, yeah, they're reminding me about the the board. That Tesla's looking for another chairman, and they are. They are looking for another chairman, and he's. It's like they're showing me like the Five of Wands card, like being stabbed. I know wands are not swords, but that there's so much infighting, and he's being stabbed in the back a lot. Like he doesn't know who to trust. People do not like him. People in Trump's cabinet do not like him, and there's all kinds of sabotage going on here. And he's really worried about Bezos, and Bezos coming up with his own internet provider and taking over his own satellites, and taking over and being competition for for becoming even the main provider in the United States, even though it seems like Felonia had it in the bag, and he was in there, and he was shutting down the investigations and all that stuff into him, and getting rid of all those threats and the fines. He hasn't been as successful as you might think because of his inability to stay on point. And he keeps on, like, because of dissociation, not just with ketamine allegedly, but with other substances. It's just not there. So he'll start something and then he'll forget to do the most essential part of it. And he'll leave it undone, and things are just not getting done because he's not, um, he's not sober, allegedly. He's like on a tear all the time, and because he's so vulnerable emotionally, not to feel sorry for him, but he's just like he can get slammed into a hard depression and be immobile for weeks. This is, I guess, why he started taking ketamine, according to my guides. So there's something about, and yeah, this grandiosity. Did you guys hear that? He thinks that he was a reincarnation of Alexander the Great, and he's a great king, and he's here to be a great king, and he wants to spawn, as many children. And there's a rumor out there that he has like over 100 that through in vitro, allegedly. Hey, Linda. Um, and that you know the guy has a little bit of delusion of grandeur. And yes, he's very wealthy, and he was able to, buy his way into power, but that doesn't mean he has the intellectual capacity or the cunning to really do what he wants to do, even though he's gone pretty far. There's just to do that, you kind of have to be level-headed, right? You have to be kind of a cold and detached, and keep yourself uh, substance free. And it's just like there's too much temptation also for him, because he can have anything he wants, and cannot tolerate any kind of discomfort or pain, they say. So right now he's hello, is there anybody home? That's what my guides are showing me. And then like you hear like this old fashioned dial tone, static, crackle, crackle. Um, so let's see. Let's see. Oh, up, yep. I didn't hear that, but he said that because he believes no matter what he said on TV, he still thinks that the election was stolen. He knows it. Um, oh my goodness, my Winnie, my cat is coming. She's becoming more demanding occasionally, not very, like just occasionally in intervals, like to let me know she's here and she wants me to pet her, which is good. I like she comes in the kitchen. She never used to really do that before to get my attention. Um, oh, she's okay now. I don't know what she wants, but yeah, I'm not sure if I can give you a satisfactory answer, but I do think that Biden knows that the election was stolen here. Um, so let's see. So yeah, guys, you can also tell me what you guys say. Um, oh, more comments. Hey, Rainy Girl. Oh, thank you for subscribing. Thank you so much. Oh, Yusra, if you want, is it, I'm Yusra. If you want a past life reading, email me privately. That's something I just respect the person's privacy too much to talk about past lives online. But if you want a reading, I do personal readings, and I'll leave my information in the description box below when this actually gets posted on replay. Okay, and you can set up an appointment with me. But I would yeah, I don't do that publicly. It's just something that I don't do. Because you never know who you were, and it's a private experience to to go through the Akasha records and know who you are. Oh, Mimi, thank you. Oh, thank you, Kay. Um, so let's see. Oh, I do have. In a few minutes, I'll read our oracle card. I just ordered a new deck, but I haven't gotten it yet. Called Queen of the Sun Oracle deck. The same person who did the Queen of the Moon Oracle, but it's Queen of the Sun. I'm excited to that, or to be looking at that. So the guides say, is that all? Oh, there's more about Musk. Uh, Musconia, I'm sorry, Felonia. Uh, that he is It's something that is really bad for him. Uh, it's like, oh, you know what they're showing me? They're showing me doors shutting, like doors that were once open to him, one by one. Like it's like it's in a, like if you had a nightmare and you're walking around like a familiar place and you're trying to open a door and it was open. You remember it was open just a minute ago, and then it shuts and it locks. And he's going around these doors. This is probably metaphorical, and they're locking, they're shutting. He's being shut out. Maybe that's, yeah, that's pretty obvious. They're telling me he's being shut out, and it's like a, and it's very common in this felon 45's administration, for two or three people to like conspire against another person. It's happening all over that government. They're jockeying for power in the way that felon 45 manipulates people and pits people against each other in these power struggles. That's manifests that way, and that's happening to felon 40, felon 40, that's happening, sorry, to Felonia, or Leon. And the reason, well, there's a lot of reasons. I mean, we don't really have to guess, but one of the reasons is that they feel like he's destroying the Republican Party, that he's the reason that the town halls are just a nightmare, and they're losing popularity, and just, the funding. He's affecting the funding. And they're really angry. Whoever these people are, they're really angry about the loss of the Supreme Court race in, um, where was that? The Supreme, Illinois? And it's Crawford. Um, yeah, they blame him for that. They blame him for going there. And is it Wisconsin or Illinois? How soon we forget. I have my phone here. I guess I can look it up. Um, but so there's all these little cabals or conspiracies. It's like the, do you know what it's reminding me of? It's like the Tudor court during the time of Henry VIII and Elizabeth I. There's all this intrigue, and it's very similar to that. Uh, People whispering in corners, and it's like Laura Loomer showing up, and probably with some other conspirators, getting rid of Mike Waltz, and because apparently Loomer was the one who went to Trump and got him out. So everybody has to watch their back there. It'll be a terrible place to work. Um, so the guides say that. Is there anything else you want to tell me about Polonia, or Leon? Um, Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? I don't know why I can't say um, his name. I guess we don't feel safe doing that. But hey, Laura, uh, since he's SpaceX, I got so fantastic. Okay, yeah, one more thing about him. Ooh, this is interesting. The guides are saying that he is like what's the linchpin, or the he was the one. Everything was in to get um, felon 45 in, and to tilt the election his way, and then to maintain, to oh, I got it. Not to maintain, scratch that, to implement Project 2025. It was all on Leon. That everything like was pinned around Leon, and now he's effed it up. He's messed it up, man. And so he's also lost people a lot of money who invested in his stock, and there's just, it's like his paranoia, and people do say that Felonia is paranoid, right? It's the reason for that. So many people are undermining him and gunning for him. So that's why he's dissociating. He's just he's checking out. and it's very bad. And the people closest to him are seeing it and are really worried for a lot of different reasons. Um, yeah, that was. Thank you, guys. That was very interesting information. Hey, Marby, what do you guys think about that? And if any of you want to ask your guys, or what you intuit. Oh, I thought that Mimi, that he would be, yeah, he'd be the one who'd just be spilling out all the information out of revenge. I have thought that too. I asked the guys about that. Um, oh, the guys are agreeing. Yeah, I thought they would. Um, ooh-wee. So there's so much intrigue and drama and stuff happening in the poor White House when they're out, which I hope will be soon. Oh my God, not enough sage in the world, right? Gotta get every kind of like a shaman and priest and rabbi, Buddhist, whoever wants to do that, a Wiccan, whoever wants to do that clearing, because it's a little big, big, big effort or undertaking to get that done. I'm sure they did it a pretty good clearing. When he left the first time. This time, oh my God. So, I'm gonna read our oracle card. Oh, Laura, I usually leave my information in the description box after I post this. Like on replay. But my I think the information's on my Melissa Free Range Psychic uh, channel too, but and under any of the videos I've done, but my email is sacred fire psychic readings plural at gmail.com, and my phone number for my business phone number, and text me. um you can call, but texting is better because it's easier for me to get back right away and stuff. I prefer text. 734-773-9758, and we can set something up. Laura, are you from Europe? EU? And where in Europe? Oh, I gotta get the card. So our oracle card is from the Sacred Forest Oracle deck by Denise Lynn. Is Butterfly Spirit Transformation. See if I can get that as close as I can. You receive this card when you are in the process of change. Old structures, beliefs, and ideas are falling away to be replaced with vitality and new pathways. Soon you'll be seeing the world in a fresh way. You're at the beginning, in the middle, or at the completion of an enormous transformation in your life. Don't hold on to old structures and limited ways of thinking. Even if it looks like you're in murky waters and things feel confusing, and even if it seems that everything is dissolving around you, this is only the clearing that occurs just before rebirth. It's all for your highest good. Remember, you are safe as these changes occur around you. That would be a good affirmation, right? A good affirmation. I am safe as all these changes occur around me. The butterfly is a powerful metaphor for transformation. So relax into the changes. You are bringing vibrant energy into the world. The spirit of the butterfly says the past is behind you. Everything is changing. It's time to launch a new cycle, a new project. With care, miracles can abound. Butterfly spirit transformation. That's very appropriate, that card. Pluto coming into Aquarius, right? Sailing through Aquarius. So, yeah, it's been very transformational this time. But we're here. Oh, sorry. It's my phone. Sorry about that. I usually turn the ringer off. Um, Thank you guys for showing up. Oh, thanks, Juanita. And like we're all, I like this metaphor of like being on a ship, right? This huge ship, and we're like all on the ship together, and we're in these bumpy waters. We're kind of hanging on for dear life, but we're gonna make it through this storm, and we're all together. Then the ship will right itself, and we will reach the shore, the new shore. That's what I get. Artistic world. What do you mean by that? What will leave him not free to talk? I might have missed the. Um, yeah, well, honestly, guys, I'm not sure quite. I mean, obviously, it's heavy information, and I've often thought that he's an oligarch, just like any of Putin's oligarchs. So he's risky. Any oligarch is risky, and only really valuable to Putin because I believe Polonia is one of Putin's useful oligarchs here. And they're useful for what they can do for him, and then their resources. And anytime I believe that when Putin needs new resources, more money, etc., then he kind of gets rid of an oligarch, and he then takes their resources. That's his mo. Um, oh, you're welcome up. Yep. So it's almost time, but I stick around till 4. It's 3:56. So any last questions here, or any? I'll see if there's any I missed. Hey, Cindy. Um, Let me see if there's anything the guides want to tell you before we go. Oh, here's some new comments. Could be, Linda. I see what you're saying. That's what yeah, that's what I think I was referring to. That, like, you know, but I was thinking more of Putin or whomever. Yeah, because it's uh, dangerous to be somebody like Felonia. It's fine when you're in power, but when you're falling from power or when you have enemies, then you're not on safe ground. He's not on safe ground. I don't see that at all. Mimi is saying I'm seasick. I am too. I am too, Mimi. Um, so thank you all for coming. I love our community here. I will be back next week, I hope, to do another live, but this time probably Thursday at 3. And I will try to, I promised this before. I did Bernie. I'll try to do another past life. There's a couple people floating around through my mind that it would be interesting to see who they might have been and how they fit into this particular weird drama that we're going through right now. Thank you, Mimi. I love you. And please like, share, and subscribe. I really do appreciate it. And if you want to ask me questions beforehand, oh, you're welcome, Melissa. Um, you can, when I start posting, I usually we wait for, a day or two before, but you can, if you think of questions, you can let me know or even email me questions and I'll see if I can get to them. Artistic world, what do you mean by secret powers? Thank you, Abyap. Secret powers. Oh, no, no, I get it now. I get it. Uh, it is like watching like a royal court intrigue from the past, like from the 1600s or something, just being reenacted now. And then probably some of them, I've done a lot of past lives or past lives on a lot of those people. And if you want to look at my past lives that I've done them on so many um, I even did one on Felonia. Go to my channel and then go to play past life playlist and Marjorie Taylor Greene, and a lot of them seem to have a incarnation from uh, Hitler's from the World War II, and from being part of Hitler's uh, group. But we have lots of past lives, and I wonder if I should ask, like, if there are some that were in Henry's court. Well, thank you, Deborah. I want to put that up. You guys make me happy. It's very wonderful to like have our conversations, and I think we're all meant to be here at this time, and we're all meant to um, gather as we sail onwards. I hope somebody bought Dramamine. Just joking. Okay, you guys, I love you. Take care, and I will see you again. Bye bye.